Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. You can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll also find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can access information about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of hints and tips on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time on exam day when you're working through your exam paper. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be really fab, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And so now we're going to complete the second paper of the 2015 past papers. So if you turn with me to page 9, we're going to have a look at question 8 of paper B. So if you haven't done so already, have a go of this yourself first of all, and then come back into the video and we'll check through them together. Always write in pencil, and then it doesn't matter if you go wrong, you can just rub it out and have another go. And know that from 2018 onwards, these performance directions and musical terms will be presented to you in a multiple choice format. However, I recommend that you go ahead and just give these their full definition, or have a crack at that at least, because that's super revision for when you actually get to the exam paper. And just being multiple choice I don't think necessarily makes it easier, because sometimes you throw a few red herrings in that can just confuse you. So it's a good revision exercise to do that. And so let's have a go through this together. So all of these questions are relating back to this little melody here. So we'll just keep popping up and down the page. So let's give these their definitions. So adagio means slow. MF is short for mezzo forte, which means moderately loud. Or I guess you could say medium loud. There we go, cantabile, that means in a singing style. There's nothing for it, but just keep revising these, because bear in mind this is all of grade 1 plus now the new grade 2 stuff accumulated, and I would recommend that you group them thematically with all of your grade 1 terms, even colour code it, whatever it takes to just get to grips with these, because as you progress through the grades the list is just going to get longer. So here, this is the symbol, and they're showing the application in bar 2, and that's a slur, not to be confused with a tie, which is note head to note head of the same pitch. So this is a slur, which means legato, or play smoothly. So that's legato, which means to play the notes smoothly. There we go. And this symbol here, that's a dynamic symbol, and you can see it's opening out, and that's a gradually getting louder. That's your crescendo sign. There we go. So the next question, we're asked to draw a circle around a note that's not in the key of F major. So this melody is in F major. We've got to find something that doesn't sit with that, what's not in F major. Now F major has a key signature of B flats, and so F major can't explain that note there, because G sharp isn't part of F major. So now we need to give the number of a bar that contains all the notes of the tonic triad of F major. So before we go looking for it, let's first of all think what we're looking for. The tonic triad is built up of the first, the third and the fifth. So if we're in F major, F is the tonic or the first, G is the second, A, B, C is the fifth. So we're looking for notes F, A, C. So it's got all of those notes. It may well have other notes, but as long as it's got all of those notes, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in that order. So let's have a look. Remember, we're in the bass clef. So that's a C, an A and an F. So there we go. Bar 1 gives us that straight away. but actually you could have an alternative. That's not got them in, but FACF bar 3 also has, so either one of those would answer the question. So complete this sentence. The triplet in bar 7, so I mean the principle remains the same, but they're just showing us that in bar 7 this triplet means 3 quavers or 3/8 notes in the time of, so you could say 3 quavers in the time of 2 quavers, or if you use the alternative terminology you could say 2/8 notes. Or I guess you could sort of extend that thinking and you could say 1 crotchet or 1/4 note. Maths is just the same, so any of those would be an acceptable answer. Now we're asked to give the letter name of the highest note in the melody, so let's have a scan through. So we're on to ledger line territory here, so we need to see if we get beyond that, and we do here. Nothing's any higher there, so we need to answer what this note is. So if you're working it out from middle C, C, D, E, F, that's note F. If you're not comfortable starting on middle C, you could start here where you're more familiar. You know it goes good boys deserve football always, A, B, C, D, E, F. Alternatively, you could count down an octave from here. 1, count the given note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is a good boys deserve football, so we know we're on an F but an octave higher. Lots of ways of getting to that answer. So a bit of observation here. We need to look and find the time name. We need to find the longest note of the melody. So let's have a scan through. So we've got some 1-beat notes until the very end, and then we have this 2-beat note, which is a minim, if you use the classical terminology, or alternatively you could call it a half note. And then the last question is the easy peasy 10 marks, where we're literally just copying out, and we need to copy the music. Be careful we copy the right bit. They've asked us in this case from the start of bar 1 to the end of bar 4. It isn't always from the beginning, so just keep your eyes peeled. So we're going to be writing this first line of music. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just map out my bar lines. That way I know I'm not going to get lost. I'm going to keep everything aligned, and I also know I'm not going to run out of space or make it too squished. So they even helpfully give us a checklist of all the things to include, but basically you just include everything. So we need the clef, the key signature, the time signature, the tempo marking, that's the adagio, and all of the dynamics and all of the details. So I'm just going to get the blobs in first of all. You can copy this out in any order you like. I just prefer to get the blobs in place, so then I've now got all my spacing correct without worrying about anything else. Because we're also showing the note values in the way that we space them to a degree. There we go. So that's dotted. So I need another little tail there. These are all joined together, beamed together, so I'll do that. Use a ruler by all means. We've got 10 marks, so let's keep it as neat as we possibly can. You'll have plenty of time if you just use your time wisely in the exam. Do not need to rush. So we want a slur here, here. There we go. MF, cantabile. And then we're going to need a crescendo. And a diminuendo. There we go. I think that's everything. Quick scan through to double check. And I think that's it. Yep, there we go. So that's the end of that question. That's the end of that paper, and it's the end of this video. I do hope that it's been helpful to you. I hope it's of benefit to your studies. If you can give me a like, that'd be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more to come. Please do also go to my website, go to sharonbill.com, and make use of all of the resource and information that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.